Have you ever wondered why there's no bridge between Tunisia and Italy, even though they're so close? It seems like the perfect engineering challenge, just 140 kilometers or 87 miles of water separating the two countries. But in reality, building a bridge across the Mediterranean is far more complicated than it seems. Let's dive into why this ambitious idea remains just a dream. At its narrowest point, the Mediterranean stretches only about 140 kilometers between Tunisia and Italy. Yet despite the proximity, no bridge has been built. Why? To answer that, we need to explore several key challenges. First, there's the engineering challenge. The Mediterranean Sea is not calm and predictable. With strong currents, deep waters, and seismic activity, constructing a bridge across this vast expanse would require groundbreaking engineering solutions. Here's the problem. The Mediterranean is extremely deep, with depths that reach over 1,200 meters. While some of the world's largest bridges are built over deep waters, the scale of the engineering would be immense and costly. The bridge would need to withstand harsh conditions, including earthquakes and powerful storms, making construction a monumental feat. Another factor is the cost. Building a bridge this large would be one of the most expensive infrastructure projects ever attempted. Even smaller crossings, like the English Channel or the Bosphorus Strait, have been the subject of much debate due to their astronomical costs. The Channel Tunnel, which connects the UK to France, cost about $21 billion to build, and it's only 50 kilometers long. Imagine how much a 140-kilometer bridge would cost, not to mention the ongoing maintenance, which could run into billions of dollars annually. Then, there are the political and legal hurdles. A bridge between Tunisia and Italy would span international waters, meaning it would require cooperation between governments and adherence to international law. Negotiating such a project would involve agreements on everything from environmental protection to navigation rights. Both countries would need to agree on how to share the costs, the control over the structure, and the potential profits from tolls or trade. These political challenges are no small feat, especially when the interests of both nations and their neighboring countries come into play. And we can't forget about the environmental impact. The Mediterranean is home to unique ecosystems, and building such a massive structure could disrupt marine life, affect local weather patterns, and change the flow of water. Environmental groups would likely raise concerns about the long-term impact on biodiversity. But what about alternatives? Well, right now, ferries connect Tunisia and Italy, and they are a relatively inexpensive and efficient way of moving people and goods between the two countries. There's also air travel, which is fast and convenient. In fact, ferries are often preferred because they can be flexible with routes and schedules. So, the cost and practicality of building a bridge start to look less and less justifiable. While a bridge between Tunisia and Italy would be a monumental engineering achievement, it may remain a distant dream for now. With current technology, economic conditions, and political factors, it just doesn't make sense. But who knows? As technology advances, perhaps in the future, what seems impossible today will become a reality. So until that bridge is built, or maybe never built, we'll continue to cross the Mediterranean by ferry, by air, and by imagination.